In the coming few minutes, I'm going to introduce you the common free-tier client-server architecture that most of the SAP NetWeaver-based systems follow. Of course, in real life, these architectures can be even more complex, but for the sake of the simplicity, I only highlight the most important things. At the bottom of the architecture, in the database layer, we have a central database that aims to store data coming from a wide range of business activities like finance, controlling, HR, or even warehousing. If you are not a system administrator, you probably have no direct access to the server where this database takes a seat, because only they can work in this layer and have access to the database server. This database can be a general MS SQL, Oracle, or even the next generation database technology, the SAP's in-memory solution, the SAP HANA. In the middle section, in the application layer, we can have one or more application servers that are the heart of the SAP systems. This is where the huge SAP ERP is actually installed, and where application programs are actually executed, or we can say the business functionalities are executed, like posting a document in SAP FI or creating a purchase order in the SAP MM module. The application servers are responsible for communicating with both the database server and the clients in the presentation layer. If you are not a system administrator, you probably have no direct access to these servers where the SAP ERP instances take a seat, because only system administrators can work in this layer also and have access to the application servers. At the top of the architecture, in the presentation layer, there are the different clients that can run simply on a computer, a smartphone, a tablet, or even a laptop. The clients that run on these devices can be the most common SAP GUI, a custom mobile app that is intended to work with SAP, or even the web-based SAP portal. This is the most common layer. This is where most of the users work, like system administrators, module specialists, ABAP developers, and of course, the business users. But why we need this kind of separation? Well, it gives us a higher level of flexibility, since we can easily modify or replace the different layers without affecting the others. For example, upgrading the version of the SAP GUI in the presentation layer has no effect on the application or the database layers. Applying this architecture, we are able to provide a greater safety because we can define different security policies in each separate layers, ensuring a higher level of safety. And finally, separating an application into different layers enables us to achieve a greater performance, since we can share the different tasks and processes among the different layers and servers. Alright, we know that why we need the free-tier client-server architecture, but how does it work in practice? The communication between the different layers sounds like this. Note that it's the simplified version of the real-life processes. In reality, it's a bit more complex, but for the first time, it's absolutely enough to know. So this is the workflow. In the morning, Carl switches on his computer, opens the SAP GUI application, logs into one of the SAP systems, and, let's say, displays a specific purchase order using his SAP GUI. With this, he is sending a request to the application server, like show me the selected purchase order. The application server processes this request, asks some data from the database server. The database server processes the request, returns some data back to the application server. Then the application server works on it a little bit, and then returns the results back to the client. that displays the results on the screen for car. And this flow is being executed indefinitely whenever car displays a purchase order, checks the available stock, or the latest daily sales data. So once again, if you are a system administrator, module specialist, ABAP developer, or even a business user, you probably work in the presentation layer, having, let's say, a laptop with Windows 8 running on it. And you're probably using the most common SAP client, the SAP GUI. That is actually a program like the Microsoft Outlook or Excel that run on your laptop. And this is the tool that we will focus on in the coming modules. So in this course, we won't directly deal with the database or application layers, nor with the other clients, the SAP portal or any mobile apps, but we do log in through and work within the SAP GUI, and I will also give you great tips of efficiently using it in your everyday life. Now, as you got familiar with the general SAP system architecture, it's a good opportunity to talk about the typical SAP system landscape.